How's it going, everybody? Robin here with Oracle Rising. Welcome here to my channel, guys. And I wanted to say welcome, fellow starseeds. So I'm going to talk about another type of starseed today called Orion Starseed. All right, so I'm going to talk about where Orion Starseeds come from and their mission and some really fun stuff like that. So this is, I think, the fourth or fifth installment that I've done on Starseeds, and I think this is really important to bring to you guys because there is a massive global shift going on in the world right now. A lot of people are waking up as light workers and Starseeds. We're all here on a mission to help raise the consciousness and raise the vibration of the planet. Just so you know, guys, too, that there is in the description box, there's a link to a starseed quiz, so you can find out what kind of starseed that you are. So if the link doesn't work, sometimes it doesn't translate properly into the YouTube description, just copy and paste it into a web browser and search from there. It's a really quick and easy test. You know, you just have to visually react to a couple of multiple choices, and the results are pretty interesting. So I think I mentioned I'm an Arcturian starseed, so we're gonna go ahead with talking about Orion Starseeds. So the origin is the Orion constellation, and I really think that this is one of the most well-known constellations. You know, I think everybody has heard of Orion's belt, and it's really big. So I just want to go out on a limb and say there's probably quite a big number of Orion starseeds on the planet right now. So a starseed is a volunteer from these other regions of the universe to come back here on Earth, right? So you volunteered for this, whether or not you're having a really good time. So, the path of light workers and starseeds until there's an awakening can be very, very difficult, sometimes even tragic. So just know that that's part of your journey, because your journey will help other people through their own sort of 3D matrix awakening. So the really big skill related to an Orion Starseed is philosophy and science. So you want to think of really famous scientists. So you can think of like Tesla and Einstein and, you know, people that are really on the forefront of inventions and cutting edge like medical discoveries. And then philosophers, you know, like Plato, and I want to say Alan Watts. You know, he is absolutely phenomenal. If you guys have never listened to Alan Watts, he is deceased, but he was a really prominent philosopher, I want to say around the 70s and 80s, and he had just a wicked sense of humor too. And the thing I like about his work is that some people have chosen to put his work to chill step music, and I absolutely love chill step. I find it so absolutely relaxing and beautiful. So you can get your philosophy and your groove on at the same time. So you want to think about people like that, and they probably originated from Orion, which is super, super, super cool. So your mission here is to help people see the beauty in the world. And you can really see that with philosophy, right? And bring about peace and compassion. You know, just bringing your heart into everything. And there's nothing more beautiful than peace and love and compassion and empathy. So if you're able to share that with people, you know, no matter what journey they're on, there's something I want to say is like almost even enviable about that. You know, not everybody is able to show compassion to other people, especially people that are extremely difficult to love or even easy to hate, you know. And you can probably think of a few people right off the top of your head that are just, you know, so loath-worthy, and they're all over the news right now, and they all seem to be in power. So that's the mission of the starseed, is to change that dynamic of power, right? So some traits of an Orion starseed is to be able to think using the combination of the heart and the mind. Incredibly powerful. If you guys weren't already aware, you have a brain in your heart, you have a brain in your stomach, and you have a brain in your head. And the heart brain is smarter, it knows more, it sees deeper than the brain in your head, okay? And this one, I love this too, is to be able to balance practicality with spirituality. I mean, that's a magical combination, just to see everything, without going overboard one way or the other, so you can easily manifest things. So if you've taken this Starseed quiz that's in the description box, you need to know that if you have identified as an Orion Starseed, that you're probably able to manifest things at a more rapid rate than other people, so be very careful what you're wishing for and what you're expecting, really producing the highest outcome for yourself as far as, putting your thoughts into something. Try to calm down the nervous chatter that could be going on in your brain, I used to be a really anxious person, and I learned to go more with the flow now, and life got a whole lot easier. So keep that in mind too, and really focus on the things that you super want to arrive. And I bet you get them, within 24 to 48 hours. You love to be challenged, you're probably highly competitive. You might even be some sort of an athlete, or, like to play fun games with people, like Monopoly, or just do something that is going to really get your juices flowing. So that's really interesting. I like that too, when people don't back down from a challenge. They're just like, yeah, I can do that. Or even if I can't do that, I'm going to try and have the best time ever doing it. Meticulous planner, so you probably be really strong in whatever you want to do for yourself, because you've taken care of everything. You've looked at at whatever it is that you're planning to do from every single angle, and I think that's so important. I love that trait, even though I'm an Arcturian starseed, I really plan out my day, week, month, and everything like that, and leave room for, life to get in the way. So planning things that could really figure into, doing some sort of scientific work as well. So it really goes hand in hand. Highly opinionated. That is a really classic trait of an Orion Starseed. So you're not the person at the back of the room, like being a wallflower and just kind of letting things like pass you by. You have an opinion, people are going to hear about it, and this is also going to break through in your philosophy work as well, because you see probably a reality that other people don't, especially with your heart and your mind speaking together so clearly. Having a great sense of humor is another quality about Orion Starseeds. And I love that too, because I think when you face life with humor, life gets a whole lot easier. And this is the last trait that I could find for Orion Starseed that I wanted to bring to you guys anyway, is that you're likely to have startling blue eyes. So I found that really compelling, So if you know somebody, or if you go look in the mirror and think, wow, my eyes are really amazingly blue, a different shade of blue, like mine are blue, right? But I don't think they're startling. I'll give you guys a look at my eyes, and I looked crazy because I'm not wearing my glasses, so I faded right out of focus. But I mean, those are really cool traits, and I've done research on a lot of different kinds of starseeds, and none of them had this really pinpointed physical trait, with the blue eyes. So I found that really riveting. So anyway, I do have something else to show you guys, but before I forget, I wanted to let you guys know that, and I mentioned Steve Nobel quite a bit because I found him. He is a starseed guide, and he does meditations geared towards starseeds. If you follow him on Facebook or YouTube, he's always posting like really motivational and like calming things directed at starseeds. I find his community is really I just love it. I feel really comfortable and at home, and I find his meditations and transmissions, they really connect with me more than any other starseed guide that I'm aware of. So on that note, if you guys want to share who you follow as a guide for meditations, transformations, education, go ahead and put them in the comments so that everybody else in the community can have exposure to new guides, you know? So anyway, and let me know if you're an Orion Starseed, you know, welcome Starseed here, you know, just sending love, light, and many blessings. So I talk about dragons quite a bit, you know. Dragons are, they're guides, and there is an Ascension Dragon Collective, okay? So you could call in a specific dragon, and all you have to do is meditate and ask an Ascension Dragon to come in for you guys. I also did a video on this channel. You guys might know me from my other channel. I read tarot. It's Aries Fire Tarot. But this one, I did a video on the Ascension Dragon Collective, so it might be a really important one for you guys, especially since I have this, okay, I have from my Dragon Oracle card deck, there is a pure white dragon from Orion. All right, so, I mean, that is just an absolutely stunning, stunning dragon for you guys to relate to. So you could always meditate and ask this dragon to come in for you, and it's got some notes on the card, and it says, they transform your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. So you guys could really end up being some sort of starseed guide yourself. And in super teeny tiny font, process what you know, act with truth and honesty, and let your wings of light grow and expand. So I really have an affinity for dragons, and they are just absolutely magical. They can really help take you places on your ascension path. And specifically, this dragon here is for you as an Orion Starseed. But of course, you're welcome to call in any other dragon that you feel a closeness or an affinity to, or one that presents itself to you at this part of your journey. So anyway, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is my relatively new channel, so I'm really hoping to grow the community so that, you know, we as Starseeds can help to really lend our power to the crystal grid, to really help our Mother Earth ascend out of the 3D matrix into 4 and 5D and beyond. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up with all my love and light. Take care. Bye.